Is this government really, focusing on the work that needs to be done? Because if you look at the last week, there's been serious fights within ZANU PF, starting Friday, or even, it started a few, 3-4 weeks ago. It has been ongoing for a while. But it looks like the fight within ZANU PF has intensified. The last 3-4 days, the amount of, words of fighting that has been happening within the ZANU PF factions is really surprising. And you see, it took like almost reached boiling point when, First Lady Grace Mugabe on Friday attacked Mnangagwa publicly, and we hear even on Saturday during the youth assembly for the ZANU PF youths, she actually encouraged Emerson Mnangagwa to resign, saying that is the god of factionalism and all those kind of things. But also for those who were on Twitter over the weekend, you remember that Jonathan was actually tweeting that he's fed up with the rumors of poisoning and all those kind of things, because it is also known that if you consistently take ARVs or antibiotics, it will lead to vomiting and diarrhea. And people were really shocked that the minister would say such statements. Never mind who is taking ARVs, but the question of stigma. What are you saying? When the whole world is fighting against stigma and discrimination, and you have a whole minister, tweeting such things, what does it show? The level of ministers and the priorities that this government is focusing on.
Well, it's extremely shocking. The first thing that we have to deal with is the fact that we are facing our own state capture here in Zimbabwe, where the First Lady has unconstitutionally usurped the powers of the head of state and government. We no longer have President Mugabe running government. He is no longer the head of state. It is clear that the First Lady is running government, is running the state, and she is doing as she likes. And those that are connected to her are the ones that you are talking about, tweeting and doing all sorts of those things. They are encouraging people to rebel against the constitutional order in the country. Time and again, we see the First Lady speaking in the media. As she talks about the ministers, it is as if she is talking about some people that are not existing as a result of the constitution that we have in the country. It is as if she is talking about some people that she employs somewhere in the backyard of a farm. The ministers are constitutional officers of state, and they are supposed to report to the president only, and whoever the president has left behind when he goes out of the country as acting president. The idea that you have a First Lady who is interfering with the operations of the state, the functioning of the ministers, is unheard of. It's one thing that the people of Zimbabwe should have rebelled against a long time ago. And to the extent that you have a minister really denigrating the vice president, where they can do it at the ZANU PF level, it doesn't matter. We don't know how they operate within ZANU PF. Maybe to the extent that they are enjoying the freedoms of speech and expression within the party, they can say that. But we don't expect that at the level of government. We expect that protocol to be followed. We expect them to show the way in terms of the respect of the people. But more than that, the issue that you raised, that of ARVs, and the stigma around the HIV/AIDS. It's actually shocking to hear that coming from a minister. A minister of government is supposed to encourage people not to discriminate against those of us that are taking ARVs. But when you attach such a huge stigma and politicize it, you are actually going against all the achievements that people are attempting against the HIV/AIDS pandemic.